How we doing, YouTube? I'm Thomas. Welcome to my channel, Thomaswithtomology. I'm going to do some overclocking. So we have the DualSense Edge. We have the original Xbox. We have the Elite One, or Xbox Elite One, the Elite 2 core, and then a PlayStation 5 controller. So what is that? 5 controllers. We're going to do some tests, some latency tests, and then I'm going to show you how to overclock it. I have the new GameSir controller coming in with the holographic thumbsticks and holographic triggers. So like and subscribe. Literally, you're reading it right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. No, for real. It'll help the algorithm out, get this out there. I see some videos of people overclocking their controllers. I see some benefits to it. We're trying to get snappier in some of these games like Call of Duty, or Fortnite. You want to get snappier. So why not bring your input latency to 1 millisecond? And then if you have any other latency within your system, then being that you're at one, if anything else jumped in front and gave it a hiccup, then you'd be at like 2 millisecond latency. So, but if you have something that's 8 millisecond latency, and then you have something else, input latency somewhere else, that can increase your latency to 12 to 15 latency. So that's a big difference. So people, or even like me, I don't have a 4090. I don't have a 240 hertz OLED monitor with 0.3 input latency, just for the heck of it. I don't have all these controllers here just to, I don't play mouse and keyboard, but I don't have all these controllers here just to, collect them and put them on walls. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to do some, like I said, some input latency tests, and then I'm going to show you how to overclock your controller. All right, so we're going to start with the main 3 programs, but I do have a 4th program in here. I'll try to remember to leave a link to this one here. But DS4, we need it for Xinput Test to detect it. If you run Xinput, then it will not detect your controller because it's not Xbox. That's what the X is for. It's for Xbox. It's looking for an Xbox. So that's what DS4 is for. And then, of course, we have the overclock. So just real quick, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do a test on this. This is a stock controller. Hit enter, 1000, enter. And I'm getting somewhere around 4 millisecond latency. Okay, and just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the latency test now on Xbox, even though we can't overclock it, but I'm going to show you the latency stock, what it is stock. These are the latencies. If these are the controllers you have, then even if you're not even going to overclock, this is what you need to do. So hit enter, 1000, enter. And all you're doing is rotating your left. So all you do is you take your left joystick and you're just rotating it. So we are double the milliseconds of the PlayStation controller. That is insane. So again, what we're going to do, I'm going to throw on the DualSense Edge. And I'm going to give you what it is stock with no overclock on it. I have yet to overclock this one. I'm kind of curious to see. It's been about 2 years since I played around with this. So I know I can get a little bit better, but this is stock. So my maximum latency was 2, but I was all over the place. So I'm going to run it one more time. Enter, 1000, enter. So again, I mean, I can put 2000, get more, but the polling, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for this polling rate. So we have a polling of 1000, which means 1 millisecond. And stability and all this, that's the stability of my finger. I can actually get this where it's 103, but my jitter's 36. One more time, okay, one more time. Enter, because I know that this one does. I'm actually gonna put 2,000 in here because it's gonna make the test a little bit longer. There we go. So again, I got a little bit better, but that's unoverclocked right there. All right, so now we got our base, right? So we know roughly what our latency is. So the first thing first that I'm going to do is nothing's hooked up. I'm going to show y'all though that Xbox cannot be overclocked. So I'm going to go ahead and I mean, it shows that it's overclocked, but it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here first. I'm going to open it up. In here, I'm not going to be like these other YouTubers. Oh, excuse me. So this is the program that I have you downloaded. You're going to click on it. You're going to click on driver. Down at the bottom, there's a setup application. There's two that say application. Only run the 562 kilobit. Open it up. Hit yes. Okay, there's nothing connected yet. So once you come in here, we're not on mice. We're gonna you can put USBs, but we just want HIDs, HIDs. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up a little bit more for you. So now I'm gonna connect my controller. Okay, so now my controller is connected. Okay, so I have the Xbox connected. Here it is. It just popped up. A filter, no, default 2.4. So the first thing you want to do is you want to highlight it. You want to hit install services, hit open. That's it. It's gonna if you don't see it on the screen because it just goes so fast. Then what you want to do is you want to hook it to what you want. You're trying to make it 1 millisecond. So we set to 1 millisecond. Install service one more time. Then to complete it, you want to put the filter on, and you know it says yes. You want to install it because what you're doing is you're installing it on the USB side, the USB input. Now you unplug it, plug it back in, and now we're yes filtered. We're at 1,000 when we're at 1. So that's what we mean. That's what we want because that means that it's 1 millisecond. So you can minimize that. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to this game, this one right here. We're going to run this program. Hit enter. Hit 1,000. Hit enter. So that's what we get. That's on an overclock. That's crappy because the polling rate, you can't change it. Xbox in their software on their boards with inside the controller, they have them locked. So there's nothing you can do. I'll even go grab uh, the X test. Again, the Xinput test, you click on it, you run to 64, and then some of these will tell you that it's a virus. You can just run it. There's no viruses. So I'm going to hit 1,000. Now it's ready. Again, all you're doing is turning it. Again, we are, I mean, our polling, I mean, look at that. That is, you're paying $200 for this damn controller. That's insane. All right. So now that that's done, we got Xbox out of the way. You can't do nothing with Xbox. It can say that it's overclocked all day long, but it's really not. So and it ticks me off. So we're gonna close that out. That way it's not running in the background. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the PS5 controller. We're gonna plug it up. And the same thing we're going to do. We're going to go to the main program. And just so you know that it's not overclocked, I'm going to come in here. Saying there's my 4 milliseconds. PlayStation. I mean, and this is a stock. This is a stock. So we get 4 milliseconds, 16 jitter. Max was 4.5. Average was 4. So now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna overclock this. So now again, we're gonna come in here, go to driver, go to setup, hit yes, hit heads. Okay. Now we're gonna look for hours. DualSense, there it is. No, default 6. So again, this is it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit install. Then we want to set it to 8,000. Okay, I know it sounds weird. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get anything more, but you want to set it to 8,000 for this. Install. I mean, you can try the 1,000 and then do it yourself. Install. Unplug the controller because see now it's showing yes 8,006. So the 6, our millisecond, we want that to be that 1. So whenever you plug it back in, now it's everything says default besides the controller. So you'll always be able to know which one it is. And then boom. All right. So now we're going to back up and we're going to go to the test. Look at that. Jitter 0.8 millisecond jitter. Maximum latency was 1.52. Average is 1 millisecond. Minimum is 0.51 at 1,000 polling. I mean, they're just if you're on PC and you're not doing this, then you need to go figure something else out, I guess. So, but anyways, that's just the stock. And this is, by the way, this is day one controller. This was with, I only have day one PS5s. This is the stock original controller. I just put some grips and a color on it. But yeah, um, again, the only reason why, so let me back up real quick. So that's it for that. Now, again, the only reason why I told you to install DS4 and Xinput is to use Xinput. Xinput is really good as a service. So when you come in here and you try to do it, look, there's no controller found. So now what we're gonna do is go to DS4 and then we're gonna run it. Once you open this up, oh crap, you know I shouldn't have did that. Once you open it up, I'm gonna go to downloads. No. Oh crap. Controller, here we go. Forgot where I was. All right. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna go to edit. You can adjust all kinds of stuff. You can control your lighting, your aim stick, you can control everything in here. And as long as this program's open, it'll all do it right here. But anyways, you go to other and you make sure that the emulator is 360. Okay, and then once you're here, just go ahead and hit apply. Now again, this right here, once you're here, don't hit the X button here. You got to minimize it. So now that that's done, I can go to Xinput. Now it says move it for. Look at that. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and do the 2,000 real quick. I mean, you can't. I'm not making nothing up. Look at this. Every once in a while, it would jump to a 1, but that's gonna probably be my inconsistencies with my thumb over here. So, but anyways, oh yeah, and then the mouse pad does the pad up here does move your mouse on the computer. All right, so I got the DualSense Edge hooked up. Now, just so anyone knows, this isn't going to mess up your controller or nothing. You're not installing nothing onto the controller. This is all USB based on your computer. So this is just changing the port on your how your port reads things on your actual computer, not your controller. So you're not messing up your controller. Just so you know. And again, this is only for PC. This isn't for, as far as I know, this isn't for Xbox and PlayStation. You can't do this. That's why a lot of people want a controller like this right here on the PlayStation, because you do get that 1000 polling on PlayStation 5. All right, so now it's hooked up. So again, I like this one the best. I'm just gonna hit enter, enter. So that's stock. So now, again, the polling max rate is there, stability. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and overclock it. So again, you're gonna come in here and hit HIDs. You're gonna look for your DualSense. Here it is, DualSense Edge. You're gonna hit install service, 8000 install service, filter on install service. Okay, again, just like before, yes, 8046. So we're at 4 to 6 millisecond, even though we know the controller is getting 1 millisecond. So we unplug it, replug it in, and now we're at yes, 8000 and then 1 millisecond. So minimize that. Oh, enter. So if you look at it now, my stability now is higher. I'm still locked at polling rate, but my polling rate average went up and my stability went up. My latency, my jitter, latency stood the same. Average on the latency 1 millisecond. Max I ever hit was 1.52, and then 0.8 on jitter. That's just, this is my first time overclocking it. So that to me is going to make this a lot more stable, and depending on what I'm doing. And there again, this is only going to be for a week or so. Like I said, I do have the Hall Effect joints, the GameSir G7HE with the Hall Effect um, joysticks and trigger buttons coming in. It should be here. I'm hoping by Monday. Today is Tuesday. Even though you order from their website or whatever else, or like me, I ordered mine from Walmart. It's still coming from China. So I just found a better deal on Walmart. Walmart had a real good deal, but I'll leave a description to them in the description to Amazon for it. But it's supposed to be one of the fastest controllers, and this is all here. And you can do this on Xbox. So it's an Xbox certified controller. You plug it in, and then you go to your software. They actually have software for the Xbox, and you can set your polling to 1000 to get the 1 millisecond. So, and it's only like $50. It's like one of the cheapest controllers out there. But anyways, so now again, so now we're gonna go hit DS4. We're gonna go and run it. Okay, I can close that. I'm gonna open this up. Again, we're gonna go to edit. Same thing. You can do whatever you want, but what we want is other, and then we want to make sure it's emulated to Xbox 360. Hit apply. We can close that, shrink that, minimize that. So now we should be able to use Xinput on with the DualSense. So again, the same numbers that we were getting with the 0.02. Sorry, the jitter just takes me. That's the jitter is really good. That means that when you're aiming and you're doing certain things, you're on point. There's no extra sturdiness or nothing there. But anyways, I mean, this is how you overclock it. This is how you do a controller on PC. All right, so I mean, there's the proof in the pudding. Whichever way you do it. A lot of people hate on this controller. A lot of people really, really hate on this DualShock. They hate on it so much, but yet it's one of the fastest controllers out there. I mean, again, I have like and subscribe. I have that the newest GameSir G7 HE coming in with the holographic, the Hall effect thumbsticks and trigger buttons. I'm ready to try it. Uh, I run wired no matter what. Sitting here at the desk, I'm not worried about wireless. So it's a wired controller. But we see that Xbox cannot be done. So everyone who says that it can, they're full of crap. It can't be done. So I know I have probably some trolls and some people in the comments. I have overclocked the Xbox Elite controllers. I've overclocked these. Okay, I felt like I had more control. Like my movement was better. To me, it was. So that's just mine. Whether it was placebo or not, I feel like it did something, it helped something out on it. Now, saying that, when I found out that the PS5 controllers, which I have like 8 of these because I got like 4 consoles, um, but I got 8 controllers. When I found out that they were super fast, I started going back to that, using that on my PC, and I did notice a lot of gameplay change difference. So, and since I seen that, everybody was talking about, stick drift and how um, the DualSense Edge, you can just release a button here. If I can get, I don't have no fingernails. All right. Release a button here, and then you flip it up and you change out if you have stick drift. Okay. I'm waiting on a third party to make some Hall effects for these. It would be really, really nice. I do like my Edge controller. I haven't had a problem with it. A lot of people hate on it. Like I said, I do want to get a different color for this, but my theme here is all white and black. But I wouldn't mind putting like an orange or something or a blue in here, which would be real nice. But anyways, we see that we got a little bit more of the poll rating on overclocking the DualSense Edge. So is it worth to overclock it? Of course it is. Is it worth overclocking the stocks? Oh hell yeah. I mean, if you're on PC and you play on controller, which I mean a lot of y'all do. I mean, I see a lot of people in Xbox or in Call of Duty lobbies with the controller next to it, just like mine. I have my BattleNet symbol with a controller. You always can tell if someone's on mouse or keyboard. You can get yours faster and quicker. I mean, even that overclocking, you can even overclock your mouse. I mean, there's so many things to it. But, anyways, sorry that this was such a long video. I mean, it is what it is. I'm one trying to make smaller, shorter videos, but I like to go through the process and actually show what everything does. But, anyways, man, like, subscribe. Again, you have any questions, anything else, I'll leave links to all the programs I use. I'll leave links in the description. Check out some of my other videos. I got some debloating of your Windows, how to bypass the Windows login screen for a fresh install. I got, how to get the best freaking image on, like in Call of Duty or whatever, or game period on a lot of games through your NVIDIA if you're using an NVIDIA card. But anyways, I'm Thomas with Tomology. I'll catch y'all in the next one.